We're going to sketch the graph of y equals 5/2 plus 1/2 cosine of the quantity 2x plus pi. The period is pi, the phase shift is negative pi over 2, the vertical shift is 5/2, and the amplitude is 1/2. Might want to write that stuff down, keep it in mind while we go off to WileyPlus. Graphing in WileyPlus is very different than graphing on paper, because in WileyPlus you don't control the period. You pick the guy with the right period. If you look at all these different graphs in here, they all have the same amplitude, but they have different periods. And so what you want to do is find the one that has the period that you need. So just take them out of there one by one, and put something on there that helps you recognize where the period is. Oh, that period is way more than pi. Let's get rid of it. Second one, I can go from crest to crest and look at my period. So from crest to crest should be pi. Looks like this is the one we need. Just to be sure, let's look at some of these others. Put a crest here, crest, nope, definitely not pi. Let's see, we could go from, oh, way more than pi. Could use that one. Because sine and cosine are just the same functions except for phase shifted, you really do have a choice of which one you do. So multiple of those would work. So this is y equals cosine x. Plain old y equals cosine x. The next part I'm going to take care of WileyPlus is my phase shift. I'm going to take this point. Don't plot this point that's on the crest. You want to plot the point that's on the equilibrium line. Now I know my phase shift is to the left, so I really don't want to start here and move off to the left because I'm going to be off the grid. So instead of starting like this, I'm going to take it move it over here instead. And so now when I move to the left, my curve will stay on the grid. So here I am with approximately y equals cosine x, and this is the guy I want to move. Well, think about where things are. Here is our period. We're over here at pi for the second peak. So from here to here is pi. So the trough is at halfway there, pi over 2. And so this dot is at 3 pi over 4. So this is the point. 3 pi over 4 is 0. We're going to take this dot and do the left and right shifting. So the phase shift is go to the left pi over 2. So if we start from 3 pi over 4 and go left pi over 2, that's approximately 0.8, which is what we need for placing these dots. So, and then once we go left pi over 2 to 0.8, we need to do the vertical shift of up 5/2. So it's going to be 0.8 to 0.5. Now the only other part that we can control in WileyPlus is the stretching up and down, so we're going to use the scale tool. Notice this dot, we don't ever move this dot. If you try to move this dot, you move the whole curve. We didn't want to do that. We want this to be 0.8 to 0.5. So this dot is only used to check our stretching. We're going to use the scale tool. Just click on the curve away from the dot. Click on the scale tool. Grab the curve away from the dot and change the amplitude until you've got an amplitude of 1/2. So if this is 2.5, up higher is 3, so that's too high. Remember, don't grab the dot. Grab the curve away from the dot and adjust it until that is exactly 3. So here we're just looking at the y coordinate to make sure that our amplitude is 1/2. And we are done.